The security alert from my banking app froze me in place. I stood in my office, holding my coffee and staring at my phone in fear. My $50,000 gone. The family reunion fund I had saved up over the past 2 years was gone. I'm Evelyn, and at 33, I've spent my adult life being the responsible one. My sister Jasmine was charming, while I was a dependable older sister. I built a successful career as a financial executive and became my family's safety net. Everything okay? Dominic poked his head in, his smile fading. You look like you've seen a ghost. My money's gone, I said, voice cracking. All of it. Dominic stepped into the room and closed the door. Listen, Evelyn, there's something you need to know. That's when my world truly began to crumble. Jasmine is getting married this weekend, he said. At Mountain View Resort. They're calling it a family reunion, but... He watched me carefully. I sank into my chair. That's impossible. She would have told me. I found out through my buddy who handles their social media. The Roberts wedding. I could not tell you. My hands trembled as I pulled up my sister's Instagram. There it was. Wedding planning disguised as lifestyle content. I dialed my mom's number. Hi, sweetie, my mom Audrey answered brightly. Is everything okay? Mom, is there something happening this weekend I should know about? She gasped. It was a long silence. Just the family reunion, dear. You said you couldn't make it. I never said that. I never received an invitation. The reunion at Mountain View Resort? Yes, that's right. Listen, honey, I'm in the middle of something. Is Jasmine getting married? Silence. Who told you? She finally asked. It was supposed to be a surprise. I laughed hollowly. A surprise? Mom, it's my money paying for this surprise. No, Evelyn, don't be dramatic. You're always so dramatic about money. I hung up. What are you going to do? Dominic asked me. I called Aunt Beatrice. She answered on the second ring. I was wondering when you'd call, she said softly. Did you know? Yes, Jasmine insisted you would cause problems. She said you'd try to take over everything. Make it about me? I paced. It's my money they're using, Aunt Beatrice. $50,000 I saved while Jasmine was. I stopped myself, breathing hard. The wedding's in 3 days, my aunt said. What are you planning? I looked out my office window, watching the city buzz below. My whole life I'd played by the rules. Been the good daughter, the supportive sister, and the family bank. And I would be excluded from my sister's wedding, using my own money, which was my reward. I'm going to that wedding, I said, my voice steady now. And I'm going to make sure everyone knows exactly who made it possible. Evelyn. Aunt's voice held a warning. I said, Aunt Beatrice, it's time they learn that actions have consequences. I ended the call and turned to Dominic. I need your help. He grinned, a spark of mischief in his eyes. I thought you'd never ask. What's the plan? First, we're going shopping. I need the perfect outfit for a wedding I wasn't invited to. As we left the office, my phone buzzed with a text from Jasmine. Mom said you know. Please don't ruin this for me. For once, can't you just let me have something? I smiled, slipping the phone back into my pocket without responding. Oh, sister dear, you have no idea what's coming. Mountain View Resort lived up to its name, with floor-to-ceiling windows showcasing the majestic peaks beyond. I adjusted my emerald green dress, carefully chosen to complement but not match Jasmine's wedding colors, and strode through the lobby like I belonged there. Name? A perky coordinator held a tablet, scanning the guest list. Oh, I'm family, I smiled sweetly. The bride's sister. Her eyes widened slightly. I don't see you on the list. That must be a mistake. I'm Evelyn, the maid of honor actually. She glanced at her tablet. The maid of honor is listed as. Is there a problem here? My mom's voice cut through the conversation. She froze when she saw me, her perfectly made-up face paling. Evelyn, what are you doing here? Supporting my sister on her big day, of course. I turned to face her fully. Isn't that what family does? Mom grabbed my arm, pulling me aside. You need to leave now. You'll ruin everything. Like you ruined my trust? Or just my bank account? There you are. Jasmine's voice rang out across the lobby. She was already in her wedding dress, looking like a princess in white lace. Her smile faltered when she saw me. Evelyn, you came? Wouldn't miss it for the world, sis. I broke free from my mom's grip. Beautiful dress. I wonder how much of my money paid for it. Jasmine's face flushed. Can we talk privately? She led me to a small preparation room, closing the door behind us. The moment we were alone, her sweet facade crumbled. You're trying to ruin this for me, aren't you? She hissed. Just like you try to ruin everything. Ruin things by what? Paying for them? You always do this. She paced the room, her dress swishing. You hold your money over our heads like some kind of weapon, making us feel small, dependent. I laughed in disbelief. You're making me the villain? You stole from me, Jasmine. You and Mom excluded me from your wedding while using my money. We borrowed it, she corrected. We'll pay you back. When? How? With what money? From your influencer career that barely pays the bills? The door opened and Carter, my ex and apparently Jasmine's confidant, stepped in. Everything okay? I heard voices. Everything's fine, Jasmine said quickly. Evelyn was leaving. Actually, I think I'll stay. I'd hate to miss the speeches. I have stories to share about the happy couple. Carter caught my arm as I passed. Don't do this. You'll regret it. I yanked free. Like I regret dating you? Or trusting my family? As I left, I overheard Jasmine whisper to him. She can't know about Dad's involvement. Promise you won't tell her. I froze. Dad. Our dad had passed away 5 years ago. What involvement? Moving through the crowd, I spotted Dominic by the bar in his charcoal suit, his expression telling me he had news. You won't believe what I just heard, he muttered, handing me champagne. Noah thinks your parents are paying for everything. No idea about the money situation. I sipped, watching Noah across the room greeting guests warmly. Poor guy, I murmured. No idea what he's marrying into. What's your plan? Dominic asked. Before I could answer, Aunt Beatrice appeared. Evelyn, please think carefully. Some truths, once spoken, can't be taken back. They should have thought about that before lying to me. Besides, I heard something about Dad being involved somehow. Beatrice paled. Where did you hear that? So it's true. What aren't you telling me? She opened her mouth, but the coordinator interrupted. Please take your seats. The ceremony is beginning. We'll talk later, Beatrice told me and hurried away. Find out everything about Dad's connection, I told Dominic. We're just scratching the surface of this family's secrets. I took a seat in the back row, watching Jasmine float down the aisle on our mom's arm, playing the blushing bride. Each step funded by my hard work. Every decoration paid for with my stolen money. I gripped my program until it crumpled. After the I do's, I circulated through cocktail hour, eavesdropping on conversations. Guests gushed about the family's generosity and how the Roberts went all out for their youngest. If they only knew. Evelyn? A familiar voice made me turn. Noah stood there, champagne in hand. I didn't know you were coming. Jasmine said you were too busy with work. Did she? Funny how stories get twisted. Congratulations, by the way. Beautiful ceremony. He beamed. Thanks, your parents really outdid themselves. I tried to contribute, but they insisted on handling everything. How generous of them, I said sweetly. Tell me, has my sister mentioned anything about her financial situation? His brow furrowed. What do you mean? Before I could respond, my mom appeared between us. Noah, your parents are looking for you. She shooed him away before turning to me. Stop it right now. Stop what, Mom? Having conversations? She grabbed my elbow, steering me toward an empty hallway. Why can't you just be happy for your sister? Happy? I yanked free. About theft? It wasn't theft, it was. She lowered her voice. What your dad would have wanted. What does Dad have to do with this? Mom's face closed off. Nothing. Forget I said anything. No, you don't get to do that. First Jasmine and Carter, now you. What aren't you telling me about Dad? There you are, Aunt Beatrice interrupted. Audrey, the photographer wants family photos. My mom fled. Beatrice turned to me concerned. Be careful, Evelyn. You're pulling threads that could unravel everything. Good. I'm tired of being the only one holding things together. Dominic appeared breathless. You need to hear this. Your dad had a secret insurance policy that only paid out under certain conditions. What conditions? Still working on that, but it was worth exactly $50,000. My head spun. The exact amount in my fund. And guess who's the beneficiary? Jasmine, I whispered. Bingo. The pieces were fitting together, but the picture made no sense. Why would Dad have a secret policy for Jasmine that matched my stolen money exactly? I spotted Carter watching us across the room. When our eyes met, he quickly headed for the terrace. I followed him. Spill it, I demanded, cornering him outside. What do you know about Dad's insurance policy? He lit a cigarette, hands shaking. I shouldn't be talking to you about this. You owe me, Carter, after everything. He inhaled deeply. Your dad made mistakes, Evelyn. Bad investments, loans from dangerous people. The insurance was supposed to fix things, but what? The policy only pays out if Jasmine marries before turning 30. She's 29 now. Birthday next month. The revelation stunned me. So this rushed wedding is to meet the deadline? Yeah, he finally met my eyes, but she does love Noah. That's real. I leaned against the railing. And my money? They needed it for wedding expenses. The policy hasn't paid yet. He crushed his cigarette. I know it's messed up, but they're desperate. Your dad's debts. People are waiting for that money. Noah appeared in the doorway. There you are, Evelyn. Could we talk? I smoothed my dress. Of course. Following him inside, my mind raced. This wasn't just about stolen money anymore. This was about Dad's secrets, Mom's lies, and Jasmine's race against time. What would hurt more, keeping these secrets or exposing them? The reception was starting, and I had a decision to make. Noah led me to a quiet corner, concerned. I just spoke with a vendor who mentioned payment issues and a family reunion fund. Before I could respond, Dominic appeared with his tablet. Sorry to interrupt, but Evelyn, you need to see this. The screen showed an insurance document with Dad's signature and a note. For my little princess, when she needs it most. Where did you get this? I asked. Your Aunt Beatrice. She's been keeping it for the right moment. Noah appeared at the screen. What is that? The truth, I said as the DJ announced speech time. And speaking of truth, I need to say a few words about the happy couple. Noah grabbed my arm. Evelyn, what's going on? Ask your new wife, I said, pulling away and heading for the microphone. My mom's face drained of color as I took the stage. Jasmine, at the head table, gripped her glass so tightly I feared it might break. For those who don't know me, I'm Evelyn, the bride's sister. The uninvited sister. Murmurs rippled through the crowd. But I'm still here. Just like my money, funding this entire celebration. Evelyn, stop it. Jasmine stood, but I continued. This wedding was paid for with $50,000 from my family reunion fund. Money was taken without my permission. This amount matches a secret insurance policy our dad left for Jasmine, which pays out only if she marries before turning 30 next month. The room erupted. Noah's face showed dawning horror. So, sis, is this about love or Daddy's money and his mysterious debts? That's enough. Mom rushed forward, but Dominic blocked her. No, Mom, it's not enough. Tell them about Dad's debts. Tell them about the people waiting for this insurance payout. Tell them why you needed my money for this rushed wedding. Jasmine burst into tears. You don't understand. They were going to take everything. Who was going to take everything? Noah demanded. What is she talking about? Alone sharks. Carter spoke up. Your father-in-law barred from dangerous people. This payout clears those debts. Silence fell. Noah stared at his new wife. You married me to pay off your father's debts. No. I love you. The timing was just convenient. I watched it unravel, feeling strangely hollow. Ladies and gentlemen, I said, I apologize for disrupting this celebration of love and deceit. Please enjoy the cake. I paid for that too. As I stepped down, Aunt Beatrice caught my arm. There's more. The policy, it's not just money. There's a letter your father left, something for Jasmine after she married. What does it say? Before she answered, Jasmine screamed, You've ruined everything. Just like always. She lunged at me, but Noah caught her. The only thing ruined is the truth you buried. Now, about that letter? Not here. She glanced around. Come to room 412 in 10 minutes. As she left, Dominic joined me. Quite a show. It's not over, I said, watching Noah storm out, Jasmine following in her white dress. Dad left one more secret. My mom stood alone, tears streaming down her face. Our eyes met across the room, and I saw something new and terrifying. What had Dad written? Was I ready for the truth about the man we thought we knew? Come on, I told Dominic. We have an appointment with the past. The elevator ride felt endless. Dominic checked his phone, showing me social media chaos as guests shared what happened. Your sister's trending locally, he whistled. Not in a good way. Room 412 opened before we knocked. Aunt Beatrice pulled us inside, checking the hallway before closing it. Audrey's coming up, she said, retrieving an envelope from her purse with shaking hands. We don't have much time. Just give me the letter, I said, reaching for it. She pulled back. Evelyn, you need to understand something first. Your father was. The door burst open. My mom stood there, mascara streaked down her face, looking desperate. Don't you dare, she told Beatrice. We swore never to tell them. Tell us what? I demanded. What's in that letter? The truth about your father, Beatrice said softly, who he really was. He was a gambling addict, I said. We know that. Mom's voice cracked. No, he was a thief. He stole money from his company and his partners. The gambling was just a cover. Dominic stepped between us as I moved toward my mom. What are you talking about? The insurance wasn't real, Beatrice explained, opening the envelope. It was hidden money. Stolen money. He knew they'd come looking eventually. My hands trembled as I read Dad's familiar handwriting. My dearest Jasmine, if you're reading this, you fulfilled my condition, marriage before 30. I'm sorry for this burden, but I needed this money protected until the statute of limitations expired. The $50,000 is clean now, legally yours. Use it to escape the mess I've made. I chose you because you're like me. You understand sometimes the end justifies means. Evelyn is too rigid in her morality. Protect her from this truth. She wouldn't understand. All my love, Dad. The paper slipped from my fingers. He thought I was too moral. I laughed harshly. While Jasmine was just immoral enough. He was protecting you, Mom insisted. By making me the family ATM? By letting Jasmine steal from me? That wasn't the plan, Beatrice interjected. The money was supposed to stay hidden until after the wedding, but when the venue demanded payment upfront, they got desperate. So they used your money as a bridge loan, Dominic finished. A commotion drew our attention. Jasmine burst in, wedding dress askew, face tear-streaked. Noah's gone, she sobbed, demanding an annulment. Good for him, I said coldly. This is all your fault. She screamed, lunging at me. Dominic caught her mid-stride. You couldn't let me have one thing. One thing. I stepped closer while Dominic restrained her. You've had everything, Dad's favor, Mom's protection, my money. I had Dad's burden, she shot back. His secrets and his shame. You don't know what that's like. Girls, please, Mom tried intervening. No, Mom, you don't get to play peacemaker. You knew about Dad's crimes. You knew about the stolen money. You let me support this family while protecting his legacy. I was protecting both of you. Mom shot back. By letting her steal from me? We were going to pay you back, Jasmine said quietly. With Dad's insurance money. It was meant for the family anyway. That's your justification? Stealing is okay because we're family? A sharp knock silenced us. Carter stood there, looking grim. The FBI is downstairs, he said. Someone called them about fraud allegations. They want to talk to everyone. Mom sank onto the bed. Jasmine started crying again. Beatrice clutched Dad's letter helplessly. Well, I said, smoothing my dress. Time for the whole truth to come out. Evelyn, please, Mom reached for me. Think about our family. I looked at my mom and sister, then the letter that shattered our family's lies. Our family? Our family was built on lies, Mom. Maybe it's time to build something new. Something honest. Footsteps approached in the hallway. We stood frozen, waiting for the knock that would change everything. The interview room felt sterile. Agent Morales sat across from me, reviewing my statement about the missing funds. Let me get this straight, she said, tapping her pen. Your father set up a fake insurance policy to launder stolen corporate funds, and your sister and mother used your personal money to finance a wedding that would trigger the payout? That's correct. And you have documentation of this? Dominic, who'd stayed as my witness, pulled out his tablet. Everything's here. Bank statements, the insurance document, and Mr. Roberts' letter explaining the scheme. The agent reviewed the evidence, her expression darkening. This goes beyond family fraud. We're looking at money laundering, corporate theft, and conspiracy. Through the window, I could see Jasmine in the next room, wedding dress crumpled, sobbing through her statement. Mom sat in the lobby, shell-shocked as officers interviewed wedding guests. What happens now? I asked. That depends. Agent Morales leaned forward. Are you pressing charges? The question hung heavy. Before I could answer, Noah appeared at the door with another agent. Sorry to interrupt, he said wearily, but you should hear this. He sat beside me. Jasmine confessed everything, not just about the wedding and money, but what happened 3 years ago with your father's company. Agent Morales raised an eyebrow. Continue. The company didn't just fail, Noah explained. Your father orchestrated a massive embezzlement scheme. Fake companies, fake invoices, all kinds of schemes, and $50,000 is just a small part of it. How do you know this? I asked. I'm a forensic accountant, he replied. That's how we met. I was investigating companies connected to your father's case. He hesitated. She got close to me deliberately to derail my investigation. The revelation stunned me. Your relationship was a lie? Not entirely, he said softly. But enough. Agent Morales took notes rapidly. Mr. Rivera, we'll need your official statement. A commotion outside caught our attention. Aunt Beatrice was arguing with an agent, holding another envelope. Let her in, I requested. Beatrice rushed in breathlessly. There's more. She handed me the envelope. Your father left this with his lawyer to be delivered under specific circumstances. It arrived yesterday. Inside was a USB drive and another letter. It's a confession, Beatrice explained. Detailed and damning. Names, accounts, everything. He knew he was dying, she continued. Cancer diagnosis came right after the investigation started. This was his real insurance policy, not money, but truth. Protection against his partners unless they betrayed his family. Agent Morales took the USB. This could break open several cold cases. My phone buzzed with Dominic's text. Turn on the news. Now. Someone found a remote for the room's TV. The news showed live footage of FBI raids. The headline read, Major financial fraud ring exposed, multiple arrests in progress. Those are Dad's business partners, I whispered, recognizing names. They've been watching them for years, Noah explained. Just waiting for evidence like this. Another agent appeared. Agent Morales, Mrs. Roberts is requesting to make a full confession. I stood. I want to hear this. In the lobby, my mom sat composed despite her smeared makeup. When she saw me, something broke inside her. I'm sorry, she said, voice cracking. I thought I was protecting our family. Your dad convinced me the truth would destroy us all. The lies destroyed us, Mom. The truth might save us. Jasmine appeared, escorted by agents, her wedding dress wrinkled and stained with tears. They're saying I could face charges, she said, terrified. Evelyn, please. I turned to Agent Morales. If I don't press charges for the stolen funds, what happens? They'll still face consequences for the larger scheme, she said. But cooperation could help their cases. I looked at my family, my mom's desperate face, my sister's ruined dress, and my aunt's tired eyes. And then at Dominic, who'd stood by me, and Noah, who'd chosen truth over love. I won't press charges, I said finally. But I want the whole truth out. All of it. Agent Morales nodded. We'll need everyone downtown for formal statements. As officers organized transport, I caught my reflection in the lobby mirrors. I looked different, stronger, clearer, free from family secrets. The truth had shattered us, but maybe it could also set us free. The next days passed in a blur of statements, news reports, and precinct coffee. I waited while my mom and sister were processed, Dominic beside me. Ms. Roberts. An FBI liaison approached with documents. We've recovered your personal funds. Just sign here. As I signed, the TV announced, corporate fraud investigation expands, 3 more executives arrested. Turn that off, Aunt Beatrice called. She looked exhausted after helping investigators piece together Dad's trail. The doors opened and Jasmine emerged with her lawyer. Her designer dress replaced by borrowed clothes hanging loose on her frame. Our eyes met, and for the first time in years, I saw my sister without masks. Can we talk? She asked quietly. Dominic squeezed my hand and stepped away. I don't know where to start, Jasmine said, sitting beside me. I've been lying so long. I'm not sure I remember truth. Try starting with why, I said. Why did Dad pull you into this? She twisted her hands. He made me feel special, like I was the only one who could help him. You were always so perfect, successful, independent. I was just pretty, charming. But Dad made me feel smart, trusted, and important. By making you his accomplice. By making me his confidant, her voice cracked. When he got sick, he said I was the only one who could protect the family. Said you were too honest and ethical. And look how well that turned out. The worst part is, she wiped her eyes. I really did love Noah. Still do. But I ruined it like I ruin everything. Before I could respond, Mom appeared, looking smaller than ever. Her lawyer discussed cooperation agreements, but she just stared at the TV showing Dad's photo labeled Mastermind. Mom, I called out. She turned, tears streaming. I should have told you both years ago, when I discovered what your dad was doing. Maybe then. Maybe then what? I stood. We could have been accomplices sooner. Helped him steal more. Aunt Beatrice warned. Evelyn, she needs to hear this. You didn't protect us by lying. You taught us that love means covering crimes, that loyalty means betraying our values. I never meant. I know what you meant. But intent doesn't change impact. Carter appeared in his rumpled suit. They need me for the offshore accounts, but first. He showed his phone. Noah asked me to give you this message, Jasmine. She read it, face crumpling. The annulment papers are ready. He won't press charges, but never wants to see me again. Dominic returned with coffee. Press is outside calling it the wedding gate scandal. Let them, I said. No more hiding. No secrets. Agent Morales approached. We're ready for final statements. After that, you're free to go. Your lawyers will discuss cooperation agreements. As they left, Beatrice touched my arm. Your father left one more thing. A letter for you, written the day before he died. She held out a worn envelope with my name in Dad's handwriting. Want to read it? Dominic asked gently. I stared at the envelope, feeling the weight of potential lies. Then I dropped it in the nearest trash can. I'm done letting his words control this family. Beatrice smiled sadly. You really are nothing like him. Thank God. I turned to Dominic. Let's go. I need air. As we walked toward the exit past reporters and cameras, Jasmine called out. Evelyn, wait. What happens now? To us? To the family? I looked at Jasmine and saw not the glamorous bride or skilled manipulator, but a scared woman facing reality. Now, I said, we learn to be honest with ourselves and each other. It won't be easy, but it's the only way forward. The doors opened, camera flashes blinding us. It was time to face the world and the truth together. The autumn wind whipped around us as Dominic helped me carry the last box from my mom's house. The for sale sign swayed in the yard, its sold sticker bright against the fading light. That's the last of it, I said, closing the moving truck's door. Everything else goes to auction next week. My phone buzzed, a text from Jasmine. Just finished community service. Can we talk? Dominic said to me, seeing my hesitation. Go! I'll handle this. It's important. I found Jasmine at the small coffee shop where she now worked part-time. Her influencer wardrobe was gone, replaced by simple jeans and a sweater. The ankle monitor peeked out below her hem. Thanks for coming, she said, sliding me a cup. I wanted you to know first. I got accepted into the accounting program for next semester. Really? That's unexpected. She smiled weakly. Turns out I'm good with numbers. Need to use that power for good this time. How's Mom handling the house sale? Better than expected. The money helps with restitution. She paused. Have you visited her yet? I shook my head. Mom's 6-month sentence had started last week. Not ready. She asked about you. Says she's finally seeing a therapist, dealing with everything Dad put us through. The bell chimed, and Aunt Beatrice entered carrying a familiar box. Found this while clearing the house, she said. Thought you both should see it. There were hundreds of photos inside, our family before the lies, before Dad's schemes. Birthday parties, school plays, and family vacations. Look at this one. Jasmine picked up a photo of us covered in mud from a rainstorm. Remember how mad Mom got about the carpet? How Dad said muddy children were good luck. I found myself smiling despite everything. He wasn't always bad, Beatrice said softly. The man in these photos, that was real too. The good doesn't erase the bad, I said, but my voice had lost its edge. Jasmine agreed, but maybe understanding both helps us heal. My phone buzzed again. Agent Morales. Final paperwork ready. Your testimony secured 3 more convictions. Thank you. They've recovered most of Dad's hidden assets, I told them, setting up a victim restitution fund. I heard. Jasmine nodded. Noah's firm is handling the disbursement. She swallowed hard. He still won't talk to me, but at least he's helping make things right. The door opened again as Dominic entered with Carter. They'd been working together, helping track down Dad's remaining accomplices. Just got word, Carter announced. They found the last offshore account. It's over. Is it? I looked at the photos spread across the table. Sometimes I feel like we'll be dealing with Dad's legacy forever. Not his legacy, Beatrice corrected. Your legacy, all of yours. You've exposed corruption, made amends, started healing. That's the new family legacy. Jasmine reached across the table, tentatively taking my hand. I know I don't deserve forgiveness yet, but I'm trying to earn it. To be someone you can trust again. I squeezed her hand, surprising myself. Trust takes time, but trying counts for something. Dominic sat beside me, examining a photo. You know, despite everything, you two still look alike when you smile. I laughed, and after a moment, Jasmine joined in. It felt rusty, unfamiliar, but real. The auction company needs these photos cataloged, Beatrice said. Which ones do you want to keep? I looked at the scattered memories, truth and lies, joy and pain mixed together, like the mud on our childhood clothes. Let's sort through them together, I said. Keep the real moments, let go of the staged ones. Like a family? Jasmine asked quietly. Like people learning to be a family, I corrected, honestly. Outside, autumn wind scattered leaves across the sidewalk. Inside, surrounded by coffee and memories, we began rebuilding. Not what was lost, but something new, something true. Dominic nudged me, pointing to a graduation photo. Hey, you're both laughing here. Real or staged? I studied our younger faces, remembering that day. I said finally. Real. Some things even Dad couldn't fake. Jasmine smiled, and for the first time since the wedding, I saw my sister instead of our dad's daughter. We had a long way to go, but at least now we were walking in the light.